Hello everyone, Roman here. If you've seen my first video, A10C Study 101 Lesson 1 video, Startup and Checklists, this is a very similar video. It goes over much of the same stuff. It's just a little bit more laid back, and it shows a different way of starting the aircraft, a little bit more intelligent way of starting the aircraft. So it's a good follow-up to that first video if you're interested. If you already know all this stuff, skip down the series, no problem. Okay, so we're sitting here in our cockpit on the Gulf revetments in a brand new A10C. And so the first thing that we're going to want to do is load up our weapons as per the MDC. So we'll go to ground crew, rearm, refuel. Station 9, we'll select a TGM 65 Delta. Station 3, we'll select a captive 65. We're in target practice, and we'll make sure we got our right livery, and we're good there. Next, we'll go ahead and throw on the battery and inverter, and of course the APU Start. And now we can just monitor our APU and watch its EGT. Okay, so with our APU started up, we can throw on our APU gen. Next thing we want to do is get our CDU, EGI going, KICU going, and our HUD going. Pre-flight bit, yes. And we'll turn on our displays. And next we want to get our radio set up. So we'll turn our first radio power on. Transmit receive. We'll turn our second mid radio power on. And our aft radio power on. Next we'll set up our channels, so radio 1 going to preset, channel 1, radio 2 going to preset, channel 1, and radio 3 going to preset, and we'll turn it to our flight comms, which is channel 7. If we were using encryption, we could set that up right now, but we're not using that, so we don't need to worry about that.
Altitude.
Okay, so we'll acknowledge. We'll hit load all again, and now while our INS system is aligning, we can work on some other systems. So boost pumps are going on, and we'll do left engine start. Go to our CDU page so we can monitor this. We'll go to our dismiss page, make sure our selected profile was loaded. We got no faults in the dismiss page. We can exit out of the pre-flight bit here, and actually we can go down to weapons, enter, make sure that target practice is loaded. It is. Exit. And we can go ahead and turn our HUD on. Okay, left engine start was good. And now I'm going to do a right engine start. Now, if for some reason your dismiss profile did not load properly, maybe they didn't rearm refuel until after you turned on your CDU and your KICU, it's okay. We can fix that, and I will show you that a little bit later. Perhaps in a different video for time. So with our radios on, we could just keep working on our flight startup. If we had a wingman, we could talk to him, or a flight lead, we could talk to him, no problem. Okay, right engine start complete. We'll throw on our gens, turn off our APU gen, throw off our APU. We'll turn on our SAS, and we'll trim for takeoff. Let's go to our TAD page and set up our net. So group ID is going to be 76. Ode ID is going to be 11, and that is set. So now I can go ahead and turn on my data link. If you do that the other way, you're just going to have a ghost symbol there, and so it's probably better to wait to turn on your data link until after you've entered in your group ID and net ID and all that good stuff. So while we're waiting for our INS system, I like to go ahead and get my countermeasures programmed. So you can see your program here, A, and with the CMS right, I can cycle different programs. So let's say I wanted to modify my Delta program. I could right click on the dispenser, change the chaff. So let's go 1 chaff, 1 flare. Knock the cycle down to 4 and save. And there we go. Now my Delta program, if I go check it out, 1 chaff, 0.4 cycled is good. So that's a nice little way, and it can kind of keep you busy while you're working on other stuff. So now I'm going to start a flow from left to right. Encryption, radios are good. This is set. Got my 2 switches back here to hit. Let's see. Anti-skids going on. Landing lights staying off. This is set. Nav. Set. Altimeter. Let's say it's 290902 for today. But if it was different, we could modify that. Oxygen systems going on. Pitot heat will leave off for now. And let's get our lights going. So pinky switch aft. Put our flashers on. I'm going to pull up the console lights just a little bit so I can see. If I had an air-to-air TACAN, I could set that. Or any TACAN that I'd want. The ILS here, 109.1. I can dial that in case I need it a little bit later. So we're good there. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to set up our flight plan. So we're going to come down here to the CDU, and actually we can just use the repeater. But first thing on our flight plan is we have a east circle target, and so that is a waypoint. So we will make a new waypoint. We'll copy this, and now we'll call this E period SIR for east circle. We'll put that in the name there. We'll change this to UTM, and now let's see, 11 Sierra Papa Alpha, and now we can just type in our grid 35007, and then our 53762. 53762. Hit enter, and we've now created a steer point based on that. So we can put on our west circle now, and it's going to be W.SIR. Put that in the name. We're going to change it. Okay, it is a UTM, and 11 Sierra Papa Alpha, and now our coordinate 342 and 538. So you notice the last one was a 10-digit grid. This is a 6-digit grid, so we're only going down to 100 meters from this one. That's all we really need. But you can, the system will accept whatever you do. I could have put 2 more digits, and it would have filled in those zeros, no problem. So now that we've got our waypoints created that we'll need, we can use initial points in the mission, things that are, I guess you can say, already preloaded in the CDU. So the first thing I'm going to do is create a new flight plan. I'm going to call it TAC 1. Oops. Flight plan. New. There we go. So TAC 1, we'll select that. You can cycle this between auto and manual. Auto means that it will automatically go to the next steer point when you fly over it. I like to do that manually, so I keep it in manual. Now to edit the flight plan, we can select TAC. And so our first point is going to be flex. So we can type in flex, it sees that. Next will be Nixon. It sees that. And then it is our other circles, our east and west circle. So we can type in E period and it found our point. We'll do page down to get to the next page. And now we'll find our west circle, west.circ. There it is. Okay. And we're going to exit the range at Sarah. S-A-R. Sarah. We can put that in. And gas peak. So gas. And you can actually use this rocker down here to cycle to the next one. Gas peak. Page down. We'll find apex. Cycle that. We're good there. And Nillis. Okay, that is complete. So now we're going to go up here, we're going to go function, position. We're going to change this, so indicated airspeed, true airspeed, or ground speed. I like to monitor my ground speed for taxi. And we will do a alpha check. So here we go, steer. I want to make sure that we are in the flight plan rocker. We'll use the China hat forward, make HUD our soy, and then use our DMS. So flex, Nixon, east circle, west circle, Sarah, gas peak, apex, Nellis, flex. Okay, and so we can change the steer point knob to mission, and with mission, it is just going to show any waypoints that we created in the mission. So let's see. Let's go back to function steer. And so we can see that it is 303 for 32.6 miles. It's got its elevation. And so if you're ever pocketing a waypoint, you enter it in, you can check its elevation and it should match up. So you say to pocket waypoint alpha 3040. That'd be an example. Okay. So last minute flow check here. This is all set up. Okay, EGI is going on. EAC and radar altimeter going on. Trim for takeoff. I'm going to set my takeoff flaps. Okay, we're good to go. Arm our seat and we are ready for taxi. Some few other things you could work on here. Say you had a TGP, turn your TGP on, get your laser code set in the TGP. If you had GBU-12s, you'd set up your weapon profiles, get your laser codes in there, but we don't have to worry about anything like that today. So we could make our taxi call and we'd be good to go. Hey, thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video and found it to be worth your time. If so, consider helping us out by liking, commenting, or subscribing below. It definitely helps to grow the channel. And again, we appreciate you watching. Thank you.